Hello everybody, welcome to NASCAR Manager. My name is Jay. Do a lot of iRacing, F1 Clash, other sim racing, F1 Manager sort of videos on this channel. So imagine my surprise when I found out that today was the global release of Hutch's NASCAR Manager on both iOS and Android. And you can probably see those who play F1 Clash, if you're looking at this right now, you'd be like, yeah, I recognise this UI, same creators as F1 Clash, and we're going to take a little bit of a dive into the tutorial, a race or two, and just see what NASCAR Manager is all about. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, check out the rest of the videos I do as well as what the other creators are doing with NASCAR Manager. There's plenty of them have already got some guides up, other different videos as well, so please go out of your way to check those out and show them some support at the same time. Coming up this week, we have our own Daytona 500 that we're doing on live on both Twitch and YouTube on Thursday. So that's one reason to subscribe, to check that out and see me rage. But enough of me yapping on. Let's jump straight into the gameplay. So welcome to the start of the gameplay for NASCAR Manager. As we go straight into a tutorial upon booting the game up, and it throws us over to Phoenix Raceway, which is actually one of my favourite ovals, or in this case tri-oval. Game gives you two of the lower drivers to work with. And coming up now is the first official race with tips thrown in as well from the game, so I'm going to be quiet and just let you lot read away. Beautiful. Literally a last second pass into first place gives us the win and the 6th place on the tutorial. Things you love to see. Now this bit will be all too familiar with F1 Clash players. When you win a race, you do get a crate through there. Different crates have different levels. Different levels take a little bit longer to open up. You have 4 slots just there, but with the cost of currency, you can open them up a little bit sooner. And as with the F1 drivers in F1 Clash, the assets you get can be used to upgrade your drivers, as well as add and upgrade parts to your cars as well. The series go from 1 upwards. The higher the series, the higher the quality of the drivers. The driver stats will really depend on how much you can get in terms of assets and how much you upgrade those drivers yourself. So for instance, a level 6 season 1 driver may well be better than the base driver skill levels in season 2 and maybe even season 3 as well. So we go and throw ourselves into one more race. Via the duels, you'll always be going up against another opponent. The point of the races here is not always exactly to finish first and second in the race overall, but always beat your rival, or try to beat your rival as much as you possibly can. This way it creates technically a head-to-head where all the rest of the cars are just merely obstacles. Within the races where you do get options to have your chat enabled or disabled, I normally go with the latter. Though sometimes you do get some nicer people in these lobbies. You will also be shown even more controls in the second race, such as the full map view as well, to see whereabouts everybody is. I am hoping, I haven't seen the full track list yet, but I hope it's not just all ovals, as NASCAR have been known to drive on Road America, Watkins Glen, even the Daytona road course as well. So I'm excited to see if any of those get added, because that will truly add another side to this game, especially if you start getting a series just full of road tracks. So with the second race, we were afforded the chance to try a couple of things out, move the cameras about, try different strategies. I found out in later races, something that I tried to avoid in this race was double boxing, which you can do in F1 Clash, but always run the risk of having to wait for another driver in the pits. That does not seem to be the case here, as each driver has their own pit box, meaning that if you did want to pit both your drivers on the same lap at the same time, you don't really have to worry about them getting in each other's way too much. One of the things you do have to watch out for is if you do run a more conservative style, you do run the risk of blocking your other driver if they don't have such a great passing skill, or their lines into the corners aren't quite so pure. You can really end up holding people up. As you can see, our rival quickly approaching us just there. We just got to make sure in this race that both our cars do end up beating both of our rivals. Remembering to check the stats in the standings in the top right hand corner just to see how many points that your team has so far. Something that I found in this second race as well is not always given the same amount of laps of fuel as what you started the race in. So more than ever in these types of races compared to F1 Clash, I found myself having to conserve my drivers quite a lot and really try and time my push towards the end. So for instance with our driver 1, very nearly ran out fuel towards the 1 lap to the end, where had we just conserved a little bit more we may have been able to just squeeze out 1 more lap. I suppose with using an oval it's a little bit easier to find out when you're halfway through the track and sort of calculate your fuels from there. Same with your tyres. With that, we're going to get both of our drivers in the top 5, soundly beating our opponents and winning this duel. Soundly winning the duel, our rewards, flags and currency as well as a crate as well. These crates won't always be the standard crates. Sometimes you will luck out and get some higher quality ones. You can check the debrief to find out what strategies the AI was using, what your opponents were using, as well as the level of their drivers, their stats, and how kitted out their cars are. So you can really truly see if your victory or defeat was down to your abilities, or maybe the builds of your drivers and cars were possibly giving you the edge. Once that is done, you are put into leagues. These are sorted out every single week, giving you rewards and bragging points as well. So car part assets, potentially drivers and coins are your rewards from these. With the ability to buy different crates if you want to, as well as boosts, which can help everything from tyre management to passing and defending. After you've assigned these parts to your cars, you do have the ability, once you've collected enough of the parts assets, to give yourself a nice little boost and upgrade for it. So, as you can see, pretty basic but easily understandable tutorial to get into NASCAR Manager. Like I said, with those who have played F1 Clash, you will recognise a lot of the controls on there already, a lot of the menus, the loot boxes, how drivers and parts assets get upgraded as well. You will be very familiar with those, so if you ever wanted a non-F1 version of that game, well, this could be the one for you. And those of you who are into NASCAR, well, this would be a nice way to pass some time through your phone if you, well, have nothing to do. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Remember, thumbs up, subscribe, comment underneath what you reckon to the game, and hopefully we'll see you on the stream on Thursday or through the week. If not, I will see you all next video. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you all next time.